Ladies and gentlemen, it's the man, the myth, the legend, the one and only, aka Pookie, Mr. LB and Kane with the game, and today we're here to talk about this situation. Now, in this situation, it's not all that crazy, it's not all that wild, but it does get a little spooky. Now, last year, I left Charlotte to go to Atlanta to stay in a homeless shelter for 6 months. Now, I met some real dudes, some cool ones, some weird ones, and some very interesting ones. But that's neither here or there. Now, a couple of months before I left, I went to this specific program called Next Steps, and the whole purpose of that was to dress accordingly to get a job. First, you got to go through transformations, and then you graduate, and then you got to get a job. You got to go job searching, job hunting. It was very weird. The atmosphere was very weird. Now, within those couple of months, I met a girl. I'm not going to say her name, but I met a girl. She DM'd me first. She was very interested in the kid first. You know, things were very pure. It was very cool. We got to know each other. You know, I thought things were very good. But then along the lines, I was messing up. I thought I was doing the right thing. We would argue here and there. You know, it was very toxic. It was very underwhelming too. But I didn't notice that until the very end, until I realized who she really was. Because I thought this was a very generous person. I thought, well, not generous. I thought she was a very genuine person. I thought she was a very genuine person. I thought everything was all good. Until it crossed my mind that it wasn't. Now let's get back with this real shit, right? So it all led up to the two-man, you know? Me and her. Well, she invited her friend. I invited my friend. The other friend was very interested in my friend. You know, things were good. We had a date in Waffle House. We were all homeless, no bread, no nothing, just a couple of food stamp money. You know? Not that pleasant, but, you know, we were working with that. That's what we were working with. We listen, but we don't judge. Now, let's get back with this real shit, right? We were all in Waffle House. We had the double date. It was all good. We was drinking sex on the beach. I'm talking about things were very good. I'm telling you, things were good. You know what I'm saying? We all laughing, reminiscing about our past, telling jokes, smiling, laughing. Everything was so good. I'm telling you, I'm going to say it over and over again until y'all get what I'm talking about. Everything was good. You understand me? We was in Waffle House. I didn't really get nothing to eat because I wasn't really hungry. I had to live off the homeless shelter food. But, you know, we were working with something. I was drinking sex on the beach. I was sharing Subway sandwiches. Before we went to Waffle House, we went to Centennial Park. We was playing Never Have I Ever. She's telling her stories. My friend, he's telling his stories. You know, he lied about his age just to get to her. But, you know, he still got the girl. It is what it is. You know, everybody moved on from that situation. It is what it is. But it all led up to Waffle House. Now, in the midst of that, I was very horny. I ain't gonna lie. Your boy, he was very horny. I'm gonna keep it all the way a buck. I was a bit horny. I was a bit tipsy, you know? I was getting crazy. You know, I was getting very crazy. So she noticed that. She was looking at me. She was like, "You serious?" And I was like, "Yeah." But then a birdie landed on my shoulder. The birdie landed on my shoulder, and I ain't gonna lie. He was like, "Yo, it's go time. You're tipsy, you're horny. All bets are off. What you want to do, brother man? You really want to sit here in Waffle House and be quiet for the rest of your life? Nah. It's time to get wild. It's time to look back at this and say, damn, I really had that experience," so that you could brag to your little friend, whatever friends you got. You understand me? It's make it or break it time. Let's go. The birdie flew off my shoulder. I was like, all right, I'm ready. I'm ready. I ain't playing no more, right? So the girl that I was with, she knew what type of time it was. She knew the vibes. And I ain't gonna lie, she said, let's go. At first, I was a little bit confused, but then we both went to the bathroom. Right when we got to the bathroom, we started doing some things. But then she said, yo, brother, man, I'm on my period. I was like, all right, so we ain't gonna be Fucking. We not gonna be doing that. Oh, no way, Jose. That's not what we doing. We gonna be doing something else. So the minute that we went to the bathroom, you know, we started making love to each other. We started having fun. And then she went on her knees, but she wasn't praying. Let me say that one more time. She went on her knees, but she wasn't praying. She was doing some other things. And then I began to feel it. I began to feel the vibes, and I was like, yes, hallelujah. Thank you, thank you, thank you. She was doing it for a good 5 minutes. I ain't gonna lie, she was using her teeth. She was gobbling. She was eating up. She was doing a lot of licking, a lot of touching. And I was like, yes, Slid, I like this for myself. I really like this for myself. It was great. I'm telling you, it was great. Y'all know what it was. Y'all know what it was. I ain't gonna say it on here because I gotta keep it PG-13. It is what it is, right? So then a white woman kept banging on the door, not like this. Banging on the door. Open up. I hear my name getting called. I'm like, damn. And I know she was like, damn. She was mad. She was like, damn. Ruined a good moment, you know? We both get up. We get caught by a family, actually. We got caught by a man, a woman, and kids. So we both leave the bathroom together. And we go right back. She got a little something in her mouth, but it is what it is. That's neither here or there. But other than that, I had a great time in the bathroom. Yes, in other words, yeah, she was doing some things to me in the bathroom. And I enjoyed that, and I loved that. I'm not tripping. I'm not tripping on nothing. We went right back. My friend, he's hugging up her friend like she's a goddamn teddy bear. She's doing the same thing to my friend. It's like, yo, it was a good time. Even though that we were all down bad to our dick with no bread in our pockets, we all had a good time for just that one day. I ain't gonna lie, it was a good time. I had no complaints. So right after we left out of Waffle House, she started getting more and more hallucinated. Yeah, more drunk. She started talking like a New Yorker. Mind you, she's from Chicago, and she's speaking like she's from New York. I'm like, wait a minute, hold up, rewind, bring it back, hold on. Deadass? Now she's turning me on. I'm like, whoa. She's turning me on. I'm like, yes, this is great. So she had to order Uber because her shelter, you know, she's homeless too. Her shelter's like 30 minutes from where my shelter was. And both of them, they got in an Uber. They got real happy. And they drove off, and I'm with my friend, and I'm like, yes, we did that. So we went right back to the park. We saw our other friend, you know, our guy friend. He's drunk off the ass. I don't know what he got going on. I don't know what's his major malfunction, but, you know, he got that. Wasn't my business, you know. And then my other friend that I was on a 2-man with, he said he had a great time. I told him I had a great time too. You know, we went right back to the shelter, and all is well. And I'll never forget that day. That was a good day. Yeah, I got ate up in Waffle House. No discount. It was amazing. It was beautiful. I got nothing else to say. That's something that I really want to get off my chest. Cause boy, she could eat up real good. Respectfully, no disrespect. She could eat up real good, even though she was using a bit of her teeth. You see how her teeth kind of fucked up? You know, one teeth is hovering over the other one. She was gobbling it up. I had nothing else to say. You get me? You get me? Do you smell me? Now with that, I'm LB and Kane signing off. And J-Lex, you cannot twerk on 10 dudes. Now one of them is buying you no drinks in the club, respectfully. With that, I'm out.